you can play in any chapter that you want. So you get to meet people from anywhere.
We have no stream.
We're live. Phil, what's up, my man? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. Looks like I might be doing better than you guys with a little bit of streaming issues over there.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Hey, Jake.
I'm joined by Jake Engelbreit, Kansas City. We are live from St. Louis down in the hotel, so we have some issues. I think we should be good now that the video's not playing. Chris is on hotel internet. I'm on LTE, so we should be good. But we're here in St. Louis, joined by Jake Engelbreit, Kansas City. We are working the St. Louis Golf Expo this weekend. Jake's running the simulators. I'm running the APT booth. We are excited. We're 235 members in St. Louis, 150 in Kansas City. And so we're trying to just continue to grow this weekend in the Midwest and spread the name of the APT. So
That's awesome. What time did you guys start tomorrow?
not till 11, so we can sleep in a little bit. It's going to be good. So grab some dinner after this. You know, Jody's skipping out, being on a plane tonight. So he doesn't land till 6:05 Vegas time, which we thought was 7:05 Central time, but that is incorrect. So he's not going to land until 8:05, so you probably won't see him unless they land early.
And the likelihood of that is slim and none.
Yeah, airlines aren't the best at early arrivals. They're good at being late. They're not good at being on time. So,
of course, we got Jody in chat.
is he in the chat right now? I got to turn the chat on. Somewhere over New Mexico now. So that's pretty funny.
What's up, donkeys?
Jody's mad at me. I told him to pick Iowa today over Richmond as a 9.5-point favorite, and that was a terrible pick. So Jody, I'm sorry. I'm glad that we're still friends and we can still run the tour together. So that one hurt a little bit in the first round. You know, a little March Madness going on. A lot going on around the APT. So we've got a lot of season openers this weekend. Next weekend, Jake, he's lazy. He's not open until the end of April out in Kansas City. So, but he's already sold out. So I guess that's some kind of consolation prize. How's things out in Charlotte?
We're doing good. Again, we had our opener a couple weeks ago. Sold that event out with 80 players, just due to the daylight. We got our next event Sunday, and we got 80 players in that one as well. So we're doing really well. We start our upstate schedule on Saturday, and that one we have 65 players in, which is actually just a little bit shy of what we had for our largest event last year, all year long. And this is our opening event. So we are absolutely excited about the growth of the upstate chapter this year, and that one's going to be very, very good for us going forward.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I love Larry Lee, man.
Yeah.
I love Larry Lee. Every day it's like new members, upstate South Carolina, upstate South Carolina, upstate South Carolina. So it's really good stuff to see what's going on all across the APT. You know, I ran the numbers the other day. We check about twice a month, so 1st and 15th of the month, and really seeing where chapters are over where they were last year at this point, almost across the board. A lot of times it's 20, 30, 40% more. Jake over here is pretty much doubled where he was last year. So we're really excited about that. A lot of great things happen on the APT. We're going to have a really big year in 2022, and can't wait to keep the momentum going. You know, I'm excited. Obviously, we have our opener in St. Louis, March 27th at Ambrier. So we are sold out with 160 players, which is crazy. We still have a waiting list of 7. So sorry to those 7 guys that they can't get in. But it's gonna be a fun weekend. So we go 8 tee times from 8 a.m. to 2, Phil, straight tee. So
that's strong. It's a long day, but it's
a long day.
It is a long day, but we're gonna have a good time. Guys are excited. 52 guys in Division 3.
That is phenomenal. I mean, so, it's a hell of a prize pool.
It's a really good prize pool. We're excited about that as well. What is that? I don't even know. $3,200. $3,200, and we're not talking about like prize pool and skins. We're just talking about prize pool. So it's going to be a really good time. You know, Jody's trying to send pictures, interrupting the broadcast. So I love that.
You must have paid for internet this time.
But lots of good things to talk about tonight. Obviously, we'll hear from some of our TPC San Antonio champions. $10,000 prize pool paid out this last weekend at TPC San Antonio, which will host the Valero Texas Open this month, the 100th playing. Golf course was mint, really, really good. we'll preview some of the other 2022 season openers tonight. We've got the Turtleson member store. I know you got your Turtleson package. You were rubbing it into me. You got yours yesterday. I didn't get mine until right before we left to come down here, which I am representing the Wallace hoodie tonight, which, by the way, is my new favorite Turtleson item. This thing's so good.
It's nice. I can tell you that. It feels great.
So the Turtleson member store, if you haven't checked it out, guys, 40% off site-wide at Turtleson if you're an APT member. Now through March 31st. They open the store 6 times a year. Check your email for details. We've sent an email with the code. If you don't have the code, reach out to us, support at aptgolf.org. We'd be happy to give it to you. Definitely the easiest way to be the best dressed person on the golf course in 2022. What do you think, Phil?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll say I got four new polos and a long sleeve shirt brought in today or yesterday, whatever. So I say I'm sporting the teal green one that I got on right now with the, it looks like the turtle shell all over it, pattern or whatever, all over it. Really comfortable. I say these things are phenomenal on the golf course and off. So I can't say enough about Turtleson and what they've done for us and what my closet looks like now. So
yeah, it's pretty Turtleson. I know you're wearing the green. I know Ed wanted to throw a shout out to everybody for Happy St. Patrick's Day. You're wearing the green on the polo. I've got the green going in the 2 under today. So
that's not so. Nope.
Nobody pinch me. That's all I'm saying. So first major announcements tonight. Actually, if you want to know where we're going in 2023, we will reveal the Tournament of Champions location and the date, so you can start marking your calendars. As you're winning these early tournaments, you will get a special exemption into the Tournament of Champions for 2023. So we'll talk about that later. And we're joined by the first guy in APT history. Since the USGA raised their max prize to $1,000 to actually win it. So we're going to hear from him, what he did with it, what he thought about it, what his thoughts were coming down the stretch. A little bit of clutch play coming on. One of my guys from St. Louis winning TPC San Antonio last weekend, Dave Adams. We're going to hear from him tonight. John Kelsey from Nashville, which thankfully Jody's not on to give him a hard time. So he'll get a little easier interview than he would have if Jody's flight had landed. And, Jody stays over the Grand Canyon, so maybe he could join live. You never know. You know the link, Jody. If you can get on, you can do it. But we'll also want to talk about Memorial Day, True Blue in Caledonia, a golf course that you and I both love. But before that, we will take a quick break from our friends at Turtleson.
Championship?
Yeah. So, anyways, we're back. Love Turtleson. Turtleson member store open right now, 40% off site-wide. Talked to Carol today. She said to say hi to everyone. I know that some of you've got to interact with her. She is phenomenal. But 40% off anything in the Turtleson website now through March 31st. And check your email for the code to get in and do that. I know you definitely want to take advantage of that. Feels like I take advantage of that, right? What's your favorite Turtleson item of all time that you've gotten?
I mean, it's hard to pick, whatever, to tell you the truth. But again, the polos that I have that have a little bit of the 5% spandex in them, they are so comfortable. Whatever, a little stretchy for us bigger guys as well. But they're just very light. And they're not heavy at all on the golf course, and you don't sweat all over them. So.
Definitely. Well, I've got to say, sweating is not something we had to worry about this last week at TPC San Antonio. I think we need to rename the Lone Star Shootout to the Frost Delay Spectacular at TPC San Antonio. So we talked to TPC San Antonio. They said, when's the last time you had a frost delay? And they're like, the latest frost delay before this year we've ever had in San Antonio is February 25th. And so the new record is now March 13th, in case you're wondering. We had frost delay Saturday and frost delay Sunday, but the golf course was fantastic. But wanted to bring on one of our champions from St. Louis, now a 2-time major champion. He also won the inaugural major on the APT, the 4-ball at OCN in 2021. Mr. Dave Adams, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Good deal. Well, it's good to see you back home safe and sound. How was the trip back?
Trip back was a little eventful in that we had to reschedule some flights due to, as you just mentioned, the frost delay. But I got back at 2 o'clock in the morning, but it was okay.
Nice. Was it worth it? That's the question.
Of course, it was worth it. Yes.
Very nice. So was that your first trip to TPC San Antonio?
Actually, no. My wife and I went down there last year and had a great time, and she joined me again this year. So no, it was our second time down there. So.
Cool. Well, definitely, I think you get an advantage from being able to play the Oaks course and see it a second time going around, and obviously you took advantage of that. You want to talk a little bit about your experience at TPC San Antonio and that final round? I know you made a really good a number to take the lead late. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. So as you know, we started in a shotgun start, and my group started on hole 8. And going into it, I was 5 shots out of the lead, and the other 3 guys I was playing with were all ahead of me. But I told the guys, because one guy in our cart was doing the live scoring, Bert from Nashville, super nice guy, really, really nice guy. I told him, I said, you know what, I just like to play golf. I don't want to know where I am. I don't want to know any of that stuff. So I just went out and played golf. And we got down to the last 3 or 4 holes, and I knew I was playing well in some very challenging, windy conditions. And so we got to the 5th hole, which is I think it's around 282, 290 yard par 4, slightly downhill. And I remember last year trying to drive the green and didn't quite make it. I said, what the heck, I'm going to try it again this year. So I hit a really good drive, saw the ball land just short of the green, but I couldn't tell where it actually ended up. And I was the first one to hit, so I watched a couple other guys hit. And we get in our carts and we drive down there, and the group in front of us had come back onto the green. They had already finished, but they came back on. I'm like, what are they doing? Why are they back here? And they're like, whoever hit first, their ball almost went into the hole.
Nice.
The ball did land on the green. It rolled right up to about, honestly, it was no more than 6 inches from the hole. So I even though it was a 6-inch putt for eagle, I still had chills going down my back. I'm like, don't mess this one. I wasn't gonna mess it up, but I still had chills going down my back. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
A little reminiscent of DJ in Hawaii.
Definitely. I've been to that one.
Yeah.
And then hold on for the last 2 holes. I mean, the 6th hole and the 7th hole are definitely no joke. So to hold on to the lead there, those aren't 2 easy holes to try to hold on to a 1-shot lead down the stretch. That's for sure.
Yeah. And again, I didn't know any of where I was or any of that. And actually, I birdied the 6th hole, and I 3-putt bogeyed on 7. I guess I didn't know I had a 2-shot lead going into the final hole, but I probably would have been a lot more nervous knowing that than what I actually was. But it wasn't until I putted out and the guys congratulated me. I'm like, what? They're like, you just won. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks.
Nice. Well, you won. You're the first person in Amateur Players 2 history to win the USGA Max $1,000 Visa gift card. So I'm guessing you're not framing that one, at least until you spend it, right?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Have you spent anything yet? What's the first purchase on that?
I honestly, like I told you earlier, I was able to get that card registered on my Amateur Players Tour profile, and I'm going to use a lot of that to pay for my golf as much as I can this year. But I'll tell you I'll tell you a cool story about how if I got a minute, how the APT has grown. And
100%.
As you well know, that our first chapter was here in St. Louis, and my wife Jamie is, I've been playing golf all my life, and Steve Hosfrat, him and I are good buddies. We play a lot of golf together. My wife Jamie has been very supportive of my golf, and I was explaining to her how APT was growing into all these other cities, and there's going to be some opportunities for some national tournaments. She's like, well, why don't we use that as a chance or an excuse for us to go travel and do some traveling together? So that's really how this all started with the San Antonio tournament last year. Was the first time she went with me to travel for golf. She went with me there. She went with me to Tunica. And so that was kind of cool. And then, as you well know, I played pretty well last year, was Player of the Year, and won some more money there. And
right.
I took that money and helped her do a project around the house. So what I'm saying is my wife is very supportive, but she's even enjoying. She's experiencing some of the fruits of my play also. So it's going
Yeah,
very well.
I think it's pretty funny because you know, she was we were getting ready to do scoring. She came into one of the tables and she's like, I don't want to know. I'm nervous. So I'm watching the leaderboard, right? Because, you know, as far as also being the national director, I'm still the St. Louis guy.
Right.
So, you know, I'm cheering you guys on and wanting you to do well. And so saw you, you know, make the deuce on number 5 and then followed up on number 6 and just super proud of you and just seeing the look on her face as we're telling her, it's like, no, Dave just took a 2-shot lead. And she's like, what? and seeing it come in and kind of come together, that was really cool. And, you know, I it's just different for me, you know, and I love all of our APT members across the country, 100%. And it's been such a blessing to meet everybody across the country and hang out. But I've always got a soft spot for the guys in St. Louis when we started the vision in late 2018. And, you know, all you guys gave up some of the ability to travel nationally to start this vision. And so for you guys to stay with it and see it through, it's really special. And it's really touching to always see you guys do well on the national level and because you guys have been patient as we've built this out. And so really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's been a great experience, and thank you for having the foresight and the courage to make those changes. I know those weren't easy decisions, and obviously it's turned out fantastic for you guys as the chapter owners and for us players. And these national opportunities they're very exciting and they're a lot of fun. So I would encourage anybody who hasn't had a chance to do that to look at the schedule and pick at least one out this year and go play in it. They're a blast, a lot of fun.
First to officially invite you to both the 2021 Senior North American Championship in Myrtle Beach and 2022 Senior North American Championship in Myrtle Beach. I don't even know what year it is anymore. And the North American Championship in Nashville in October, as well as the Tournament Champions event that we'll announce tonight. And so something that we haven't done in St. Louis, obviously we've got a senior tour starting in St. Louis this year as well. But the senior net, you want to talk a little bit about your experience in the senior net, because not only did you win Division II, you also won senior net.
Yeah. So I didn't know a whole lot about it, but I got the email saying, here, you know, here's the side games. It's going to be this much money. And if you can't play in the senior net. So when I saw Chris, I'm like, just sign me up for everything and let me know what I owe you guys. So I took care of that. And, yeah, I mean, I didn't play that great the first day, so I really didn't pay that much attention to it. And like I said, I really don't like to know where I am, but yeah, I guess I double dipped and won both of those, won the Division II and the senior net. So yeah,
definitely. Well, cool. the only player under par on Sunday, and you were 4 under in senior net, which is pretty impressive. 76 round of the day. I didn't introduce you as a D1 guy, but you beat all the D1 guys. And so certainly Nate, when you get back to St. Louis, you need to give him a hard time. But that 76 is a really good round, something to be proud of. Hopefully a great memory for you. And appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else you want to tell everybody? I mean, you're on live Facebook on the APT.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it just embrace the opportunity to play in these tournaments, support your local chapters, obviously, but take a look at some of the national opportunities. And I mean, when you get a chance to go play some of these bigger courses that not only get to play them, but get to play them in a tournament setting, which kind of elevates your experience. So highly recommend you guys do it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how cool is it going to be in a couple of weeks to be able to watch everybody stand on number 5 and struggle to make birdie, and you're like, I made eagle on that hole, guys. So
yeah, that's another cool thing about it is we play some of the courses that the PGA plays, so you can watch and kind of see how those guys do too. So
yeah, it's going to be fun. Well, hopefully we'll see you. I know Saturday we're having an event for anybody from St. Louis watching, Wildwood Pub and Grill. Hopefully we'll see you there. We'll be at the expo the next couple of days, so if you're around, make sure to come and say hi to us. And
get on the long drive.
Yeah, get on the long drive. Jake's running the simulator. I was actually hitting balls today, testing the simulator for him, and we were at True North Monument. So I was like, we've played this hole on tour. So it was kind of interesting to see that. And but yeah, man, appreciate you coming on, and we'll be in touch. I know busy weekend for us next weekend in St. Louis with Tamarack and Ambrier. I know you're registered for both, and
Yep.
It's going to be a fun weekend. So look forward to seeing you there.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Well, next up, we've got our Division 5 champion, a Division 2 champion, Dave Adams from St. Louis, second national major. Next guy we're bringing on is also a 2-time major champion, Phil. So
What's
I'll
going
give you
on?
a trivia question about him. Do you
Okay.
know what major he won in 2021?
No, I do not. Greystone?
So, no, Whistling Straits.
Oh,
So-
another nice venue.
Another good venue, Whistling Straits, going to TPC San Antonio. But let's welcome on our friend from Nashville, Mr. John Kelsey. So how are you doing tonight, John?
Good. I just got back from coaching my son's baseball practice. So
Nice.
nice to, take a break from little kids running around, not listening.
I hear you. Well, that sometimes happens on this show as well. So
I know, I've seen it.
definitely. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience at TPC San Antonio? Was this your first trip down, or were you here last year as well?
Yeah, I missed it last year. Cliff Austin told me that I needed to sign up, and I didn't really pay attention. And then when I realized how close it was to the Valero, I was really disappointed that I missed it. Just the ability to, again, like they were saying before, the ability to play this course when it's getting into that close to PGA shape was fun. It was amazing. And I just wanted to be able to, be on the greens that are going to roll so true and so pretty, even though I putt horribly. It's still something that we can see. We can see what they're doing. And so I missed it last year, so I wasn't going to this year. So as soon as it opened up, I signed up. And kind of try to do that for a lot of the majors. Like we signed up for Chambers and Paynes Valley. So we got those. I actually was going to go to the one, was it in Bedford? The one in, I don't know if it's Massachusetts, but that will be our 10th wedding anniversary. So we're going to Mexico instead. So I got pulled back from that one. But just knowing that, we could play these nice venues, we wanted to go, and we had a good time at dinner with you, Matt, and Chris, and John and Jody before, and it's just it's a good time to get around and get out with the guys. So it'll be just something definitely we do each year.
John, since you're a major winner already this year, I think at Chambers Bay, I'm gonna let you have the room, and we'll put Cliff Austin on the pullout. How's that sound?
That works. But is your burger still purple? Is what I want to know. From the first place at Pinehurst, right?
Sure.
We flew in it, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was spectacular, and I want to applaud you guys for getting. I mean, the delay was kind of absurd on day 2. I understand they were protecting the course for what was coming, and for you all to be able to make that change and to get it going without skipping a beat was amazing.
I appreciate it, man. So tell me a little bit what you experienced as far as culture on the APT. What's different? What do you enjoy traveling to national events, but also playing in your home chapter in Nashville?
Yeah, I mean, Nashville has been such a big chapter for Golf Weekend that, last year they were growing. I think what you realize is that APT is doing more of building an entire culture and an entire, for us to be fully immersed in, getting full sponsors that are all the time that we can deal with and be proud of. Even just like we sponsored an event last year for our tour, and we have some pharmacies, and so they hung up a Good Lark pharmacy flag, and just little things like that actually mean something, where we're just not coming out and collecting money and they're just running tournaments. It's really, I mean, Nashville's always done a good job with Joe and Chris of taking care of everybody, but I think we're seeing that everywhere we travel. And this particular tour, we're seeing a lot more. I'm seeing a lot more people travel, right? We're seeing even our Nashville events, we're seeing people from all over come to play. So I think that because of the courses we're playing, because of you guys interact and have these shows and do these things for people, the word gets out and they know, what to expect, or maybe they've seen a friendly face like Jake's on here, and so they go up to Kansas City and, they feel a little bit more comfortable. So they're more willing to go out and meet more people. And just like, I'd never met John before dinner the other day, and, seeing him with his knickers on or whatever. It was kind of funny. So, I mean, it's not only just going out and having this competition, it's more of a friendly competition. And then you're building some contacts in the
Right.
community that it's really nice.
Hey, just a side note, Jake took some money off of old John today.
Yeah, I
What
took
about-
some money off of John today.
So-
It was funny that this conversation we're talking about, the culture, John Dodd and I talked about that today. About I came down and John I had played one round of golf with John, and he was like, "Hey man, when you come to St. Louis, you've been down here for a few tournaments. Hit me up and let's go play." Just super nice. I knew 3 people from the previous tour in 5 years. And this tour here, I've got guys that I've met twice that are inviting me out to their country club. And we went out yesterday and today, John and I did, and just had a blast. Him and I literally talked about the culture and how as directors, I knew Matt and then one other guy, and that's it. And I didn't know any other director's name. Like Lee, I recognized him, but I had no idea who he was. No idea what chapter, nothing. And so we literally talked about the culture, and John was a little shocked. Like, I didn't realize it was that bad and that different. And I said, yeah, man, this is why it's successful, is because these guys are leading a culture shift into not just going and playing golf and leaving. It's all about the experience. So
Very true. No, it's been fun, man. We've been blessed, and we're blessed by you guys buying in and trusting us to go to some different places. And we've had a good time so far, introducing people to golf courses that you may not know that well, that are true gyms. Like Greystone is one of those. I know it's not a hidden gym for you in Nashville, but like Black Creek Club and Lookout Mountain, where the senior major was, and TPC San Antonio. It's just, sometimes the PGA Tour, it's considered an off week because it hasn't had all the stars, because the week before the Masters. But I mean, that golf course is really good, isn't it?
Yeah,
best resort, best JW resort in the country.
Yeah, it's really good.
It was a treat. I wish the clubhouse was a little bit more. Cliff didn't get to spend enough money in there, so it wasn't nice enough. But I think Pinehurst is still hurting, right? So it's still hurting the pocketbook a little bit. But it was a good time, and we will come. Cliff and I are going to come every year for sure. It's amazing, and when I was lucky enough at Whistling to win, we actually brought my family up, so they were there that weekend. So it was really neat. I want to shout out to John Sparks and Matt, who were playing with me, and both John had his family there, and then another one had their family, and just to see them, it was pretty neat. You know what I mean? Just to see how much they cared and they rooted them on, whether it was a bogey or whatever. You know what I mean? It was a good time, and it was a good round. And you always hear horror stories, and we play the Myrtle Beach World Am every year. So that's like a 4-day tournament where you get paired up with people you'd rather not ever see again, right? So lucky, knock on wood, every event that I've played, everybody's been super nice. And so it's just something that I've enjoyed. And even when I've gotten my butt kicked, they've been nice and, try to be helpful. And it seems like everybody's out there to, kind of, root each other on while, rooting for themselves.
No, definitely. So changing gears a little bit, we would talk about all the clutch play down the stretch, but you won by like 8 shots, or 9 shots, something like that. So it probably felt pretty good playing last couple holes, you know what I mean? And well-deserved. But, I want to talk for a minute about Nashville, right? And so we had John Rich on the call a couple weeks ago, doing a great intro for Nashville. The golf courses in Nashville are fantastic. Another place that just everything's underrated. The golf course is going to be great. The weather's going to be great. But if you could tell, people coming in from out of town to Nashville for the first time, what's the top 3 things you need to do while you're in Nashville, what are they?
All right. So, obviously first, everybody's going to tell you Broadway. So, you just go on Broadway. You can spend the entire weekend there, your entire time there. What I would say is kind of, do some homework before and kind of get off Lower Broad. So there's some really good food that's coming into Nashville. And, that's been kind of a drawback, and everybody's thought it was, some lower tier barbecue and some stuff, but there is some creative chefs that have come in and opened stuff up. And so while, Broadway is, if you want your live music and your honky tonks, it's there. There's also some upscale areas. they built this area. It's kind of like Vegas. It's called Fifth and Broad. So it's just got a bunch of stuff. An Apple store, of course, is the anchor, but it's got everything else. It's pretty neat. So I would do that. If you're in the Opryland area, the Opryland Hotel is just gorgeous inside. There's several of them in the country, but you can take that little gondola ride around inside the hotel. Whether you stay there a day or not, it's just a good place to go check out. There's a little outlet mall in Paula Dean's right next to it. And then if you can get a chance, and I'll plug this anytime, is just come out to Greystone. I mean, it's play a practice round out here, do something. It's, we're about 35 minutes, 40 minutes west of Nashville, but it's a course that's, it's not that difficult for people that, played it before and keep the ball in play, but it can be tough. But it's a beautiful track. You wouldn't expect it because it's in the middle of Dixon, but it's a great place, and heck, Jody might have you over for dinner. So you don't
Definitely.
know, but I would say those things, and just embrace the culture when you're here. So.
Yeah, well, we can certainly invite everybody to Jody's house for dinner right now because he's probably in the landing pattern coming into Vegas on the way to San Antonio.
That's where I'm staying. My wife and I are staying with Jody. He just doesn't know it yet, but I told him I'd cook. Cook. His wife can have the week off. I'll cook.
Right. Well, if you're staying there, where am I staying? So I thought I had the guest room booked. So
you don't cook.
We're gonna have to work this. So sounds like we're gonna have a problem. Jody's double booking his guest room there. So
somebody's in the barn.
That's a problem.
Triple booking.
I'll take the barn. You have no idea. The barn is pretty nice. So might be better than the rest of the rooms. But anyways, John, appreciate you coming on. We still got a lot. We've got another special guest tonight, our Phoenix chapter owner, Mr. Jason Vega, coming on here in a minute. Plus, we got to talk about Tournament Champions, the Memorial Day event at True Blue Caledonia. We've got to talk a little bit about Omni Bedford Springs. People want to know about that. So a lot coming up. But stay tuned. First, we've got a message from our friends at 2 Under.
2 Under. Quality fabrics. No roll waistband. Joey pouch, elevate and separate, no chafing. What more could you ask for?
Elevate and separate, baby. There is nothing, Phil. I don't know why your camera went off. I don't know. Maybe your camera's on. But there's nothing that I think is more elevating and separating than our Phoenix chapter, Jason Vega. So, Jason, what's going on tonight, man?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How are you guys?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, man. What about yourself?
It's starting to heat up out here in Arizona. We starting to break into the 80s already, so sweaters are gone, and time for the ball to start flying a little further.
That'd be good. So, what's your favorite pair of 2 Unders, man?
Man, I wear the boxers. To tell you the truth, they're fantastic. My margarita ones are bomb. The ones
There we
that
go.
True North, they're fantastic. So,
There we go, buddy.
They got
Quality
the package. They got that little Joey pouch in them. They're fantastic.
Jackson will be calling you to be the spokesman here pretty soon. But man, how's things going? Like how things out in Phoenix?
Fantastic. We're growing. Obviously, we're starting to get a little bit bigger. Starting to get more and more players every single event. We're about to hit the meat and the potatoes part of our schedule, which is fantastic. We're pretty excited. Got a couple private tracks getting ready to start up. We're heading out to Tucson, March 26th, play Arizona National. It's going to be a fantastic event.
Hello.
We just heard the course was dime shaped out. So move that one to a Saturday event, obviously in Arizona. Golf's everywhere, not just Arizona, but golf's getting outrageously expensive. So they pushed us out to a Saturday event, which is fine. So it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be good. The Phoenix schedule is certainly one to definitely play if you've not been out there. Looking at your guys' schedule, I'm so jealous that I'm not like Jody. I've got to run a chapter, so half my weekends are already booked. But man, you guys got the Rim, and coming up in April, you've got the trip to Mexico. All things that I'd love to do, but are going to be busy. So why don't you talk a little bit about some of the golf courses and what you guys got coming up the next month or so?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, March 26th, we're going to be out at Arizona National, which is an absolute gem out in Tucson. We strive ourselves trying to, like the rest of the chapter owners, we strive trying to get those private venues that you just can't, just jump out and play. spoil our guys, spoil our members a little bit, spoil even the guests that come out and play. They start to realize that you're playing on, as I always say, hey, tune tracks over goat tracks. And, it's just one of those things. We try to pick the best of the best, and we strive for that. So like you said, March 26th will be at Tucson. We'll be at the Rim on April 10th, the Masters at the Rim, which is a private venue. I opened it up to members only for a little bit. So if you guys missed it, I'm sorry, but they only gave us 48 spots, maybe 50. We might get lucky and get 50, but they really didn't want us on there for the longest time until we just kept bugging them. Persistence eliminates resistance, right? So just kept grinding them. They finally gave in. Then we go to Sterling Grove. I mean, we go to Mexico end of April. That's going to be a fantastic event. It's going to be a 2-day out there at Las Palomas. You can jump on. You can message me if you guys want to get in or anybody wants to get in. It's going to be a fantastic event. I think Mexico already has like 20, 30 players. I think we got 20, 30 players coming from here. So that's going to be a good one. It's safe to go. You don't have to be scared. Everything's going to be okay. You don't even need a passport to get across the border. You just need a birth certificate. So, and then
what about COVID tests?
What's that?
You don't even need a COVID test anymore, do you?
Man, it's Arizona, buddy. We don't believe in COVID out here anymore. So that's a long gone, man.
Too hot for that stuff.
It's too, yeah, I had to flip the camera around because there was some other stuff on the wall back there. So I had to flip the camera around, so didn't offend anybody. So, but yeah, we don't have the COVID hit, obviously, and if it hit some family members of your all's, I apologize. It was a serious thing, but out here in Arizona, it's pretty much it's been no mask, no. If you get vaccinated, great, whatever. I mean, but it's been pretty live your normal life pretty much. But yeah, Mexico's gonna be fantastic. We went to Mexico last year. I think we had 60 players. Second day we had 40. So
yeah,
what happened there? I don't know what happened there, but we're excited about our schedule. We're pumped up. We got Sterling Grove. We got a surprise one coming up in August. I got 2 courses. I'm just waiting for the one that's going to give me the best deal on it, and then we're going to jump on that. We're either going to be at Chaparral Pines, or we're going to be at the Boulder. So we're going to be at one of those 2.
That's good.
Yeah, which is another fantastic addition to the schedule. So I mean, just take a look at the schedule. I mean, look at the schedule of any of the chapters out there. It's just fantastic to see the venues. The venues that we play are just you don't play them anywhere else. I mean, no other tour plays the venues we play, and it's ridiculous to think that we can even get these venues, for one, right? I mean, secondly, just to see that we're out there having a great time and filling it with a bunch of people that want to compete.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I was able to be out on your tour a couple weeks ago at Post Butte, which isn't really highly considered one of the top-rated courses in Phoenix. You don't see it when you go read the magazines, and man, it was really, really good. 25 minutes out of town. Fantastic golf course, another great turn track. Would love to come back to it again. Really fun. Looking forward to being down in Phoenix again. Father's Day weekend, Weekapaw. It's Weekapaw, right? Father's Day weekends?
Yeah, we got Weekapaw Father's Day weekend. We got a 2-day event. I just put in the about in the tournament information. I just put the contact to book your rooms. I know a lot of guys have been asking and texting saying, "Hey, can we get rooms?" They blocked them out for us. I think it's $159 a night. So
nice.
And you're staying. It's a casino. It's for anybody that wants to gamble and have a good time, bring the family or whatever. Obviously, Father's Day weekend. So we're playing Cholla and we're playing the other side as well, Saguaro. So we're gonna play both of those. I did see somebody ask if we're going to Sedona. We're going to Oak Creek. So we'll be at Oak Creek in May. We'll be at Longbow in May. So we got some good stuff coming up. So it's just take a look. I mean, Arizona, obviously, everybody wants to come to Arizona to come to vacation. So come on out, check our schedule out. It's fantastic. It's just like everybody else's, just strong as bear breath, as we call it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Certainly, it's been fun watching you guys grow. Obviously, your biggest event a couple weeks ago, 72 players sold out.
Right.
It's gonna be good to see you guys grow. Appreciate you coming on tonight. What we got up next, Chris?
We have a break from Motive CBD.
Oh, sounds good. We got to talk about CBD. So, and then we will talk about tournament champions after that. So, thanks for coming on, Jason. We appreciate you, man. Keep killing it out there in Phoenix, bro.
All right, fellas. Have fun, brothers.
See you, Vega.
11 years in the NFL takes its wear and tear on your body. In the morning, I take the joint and muscle capsule And then mid-morning, I do orange oil. And then mid-afternoon, a little bit more of the orange oil. And then when I go to bed at night, I take another of the joint and muscle capsule. I found it just keeps me running smooth.
What's going on, Phil? How are you doing? You've been quiet tonight.
Ah, I'm kind of working in the background here. Got stuff to
There
do.
you go. Yeah, we got tournaments coming up, man. It's getting busy. You know, I was looking at this week. I was pulling money for gift card loads, and all of a sudden I think we're gonna pay out like 30 grand this weekend. It's gonna be awesome on the APT. So definitely time to get in. It's a good time. It's gonna be fun. I know Jake's excited about his opener, a little $5 grand prize pool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up to probably 104 players. I'm at 96. I got a 5 or 6 person waiting list for a 2-day event.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it up to 104 to try to keep it manageable. Again, the big thing about the culture here, Borgmeyer coming up from St. Louis to help me out, run the tour. You know, that's what we're doing here. You know, Matt and I are going to help the Mid-Mo guys down at a couple of their events. So that's kind of what it's all about, man. So I'm looking forward to it. But I am super excited to be paying out over $5,000 in my first event.
That's phenomenal. What are you finding with your registrations? Is it all local? I know you had a big membership surge, but how many guys from out of state are coming over to you?
I don't think I got any out of state guys.
Okay.
I think it filled up because this thing filled up with 72 players back in January.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to get some more spots because I had 11 on the waiting list. So I opened it up to 88 and it filled up within 2 days of opening it back up. Then I opened it up to 96. It filled up within another day. And now I've got another waiting list. So literally since sometime in February, this thing has basically been full. So I haven't looked at Matt can probably bring it up to see if there's anybody from out of state, but I'm not sure there's anybody that's not from Kansas City. Or I think I have like 15 guests trying it out for the first time. And I think once they see the experience that we're going to provide, they'll no longer be guests.
Yeah, that's what we're finding. We get the guests. They see what we're all about. They enjoy the experience. They win some skin money and stuff like that. They're hooked.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate here. I think for our event tomorrow, we got like 3 or 4 chapters players coming in to see us tomorrow, or on Saturday, sorry. And then on Sunday, for our Charlotte event, we got guys from Charleston, Myrtle Beach, the Triad group, whatever. We got 4 different chapters coming into that event as well. So, like David said earlier, whatever, get out and travel, guys, because there are great events all over this country, and you're not limited to just your local chapter. If you're not playing one weekend, take a look. Don't be afraid to do a little traveling, carpool with another person to save on the gas, whatever, and enjoy yourselves on the road.
Yeah, definitely. And earn all your points. You got Las Vegas.
No, it's Dave. He lives in Kansas City.
In Iowa.
I've got 2 Iowa guys.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically a Vegas guy who joined the Vegas tour instead of mine. You're welcome, Hindra. And Dave lives in Kansas City. Dave's actually the gentleman I bought my golf simulator business from when it started to grow beyond what he really wanted to deal with. So now he's the reason I'm building all these custom golf simulators in people's houses and why I'm down here in St. Louis this weekend wanting to kill myself.
It's not just to hang out with me at the APT booth. So we don't have that good of a relationship. Thanks, Jake.
No, we're expanding to St. Louis. So going to be building some simulators down here in St. Louis. So I came down and obviously golf show was going on. Got to play some golf with John Todd and take some money off him. But just had a great time. So obviously excited to be on the call and hang out with all you guys too.
It'll be fun. Well, we still got to talk tonight, Phil. First 2023 major of the year we have yet to announce. So when you win your local tournament, you can say, I'm going to blank for 2023. You got to play in the Tournament of Champions this last year, didn't you?
I was there. I teed it up. I wouldn't say I played because I did not play very well.
I kind of in the same boat with you. So I remember I almost hit like a Disney cruise line on the 18th hole at Lake Buena Vista. I was I was like 80 yards right over there. I had a chance to like sneak into second or even tie for the lead, and instead we decided to hit a transport in the moat going 80 yards right in the fairway. So
Get a fine for damaging the coral.
so needless to say, we're not going back to Lake Buena Vista. That was embarrassing.
Oh.
So no, in all seriousness, but yeah,
So
2023 Tournament of Champions. How do you want to do this? You want to do the honors? You want me to do the honors? How do you want to do this?
Go right ahead.
So 2023, drum roll, please. The 2023 Tournament of Champions will be held January 18th and 19th, Wednesday, Thursday events. And it's going to be held at Disney's Palm and Magnolia golf courses. So very similar to last year. The only difference is we have rented out the entire golf course, so it will only be APT on the golf course for those days. It's going to be a fantastic experience. So as you're winning your local events to qualify, you can say, I'm going to Disney World.
Yeah.
So something like that. It's like winning the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Except for golf.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
it's fun. I've played both those courses, and they're fun. They're good. It's a good track.
Yeah, the Palm's actually really good. You know, back in the day when the PGA Tour was there, you know, the Palm, everybody's like, because like the pros just light that place on fire. But it's a really, really good golf course. And, you know, and Courtney's criticizing the cold. It's not going to be that cold again. And first of all, Tournament of Champions was warm.
Yeah.
It was like 75 at Tournament of
It
Champions.
was OCN.
OCN was cold.
I played Friday before OCN. It was 78 degrees.
Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday before OCN, perfect temperatures.
Saturday and
Shorts.
Sunday was barely 80 cumulative.
You're right.
Freaking
Yeah.
freezing.
Saturday and Sunday didn't add up to what the temperature was. on
Yeah,
Wednesday
it's a
and
good
Thursday.
thing I'm naturally insulated.
So, and there's some great restaurants Jake and I found this
Oh,
last trip in
God.
Orlando.
Yeah.
So, little Brazilian steakhouse action. Just don't make me walk that golf course after that. because it was good.
Make friends with your hotel bartenders, and you will
Yes.
find the best local food. And we did.
Yeah. So, making a nice little trip out, you know, being able to put this on the schedule, you know, win a local event and you're in if you want to come play. Great Wednesday, Thursday. We will have a Saturday, Sunday event in Orlando as well. So you can plan your little week vacation in January when it's snowing everywhere else in the country, and it's going to be good. So,
Yeah. Responding to Eric, he just your podcast might have froze us a couple seconds, but we are playing Palm and Magnolia.
Palm and Magnolia. So everything on the same property. It's going to be a great time. We have the golf courses bought out for both days, and so it's just only going to be APT. We're going to be able to play in threesomes. It's pace of play is going to be great. It's going to be a great experience. Everything's going to be fantastic about the Tournament of Champions. We'll open registration for that probably May 1st for those of you that have qualified. We can take up to 144, and so we've actually expanded the field for those of you guys that want to get in, and it's going to be a great time. So looking forward to that. Other than that, we got some season openers coming up, and you know, lots of sold out fields. It feels like you know, sign up early. We're selling out lots of fields all across the country. I mean, Jake's sold out, and he's still a month and a half away. I know we're sold out in St. Louis. You're sold out in Charlotte. So definitely get in early. A lot of chapters are taking advantage of the deposit balance technology. So you can reserve your spot for like $20, $25, or a 25% deposit.
I've got guys signed up for every tournament this year already.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So not one to miss out, because it happened last year, and I'm getting more spots this year, but it's not changing. As we grow, I mean, we doubled our membership at this time last year. So as we continue to grow, get in early, sign up now. I mean, Branson, July 4th weekend sold out in December. Like,
Right.
how silly. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
It's going to be
It's
fun.
so good.
I will tell you next week, I'll go ahead and tease it. We were hoping to be able to announce it tonight. We don't have the ink dry in the contract yet. We have added a tour partner that will change the game for every single member. Membership kit stuff is shipping this week. The first of the 25-box shipment is showing up in my garage tomorrow. So if you talk to Allie, be nice to her. She hates me right now. So
much so she's texting me.
Correct. Yeah, not even texting me. She's you have 25 boxes of member kit stuff showing up in my house. And that's just 25% of the shipments, guys. We've got a great member kit coming for you guys. Should have those to the chapter owners early April. But more importantly, we have a partner that will change the game. We cannot wait to announce it next Thursday. So definitely tune in next Thursday. It's going to be a big announcement there. Do not want to miss that. They're going to make the member kit spectacular. Well, an already spectacular member kit, even more spectacular. But the options to play and to have great deals is going to get better for APT members.
Yep.
And so, like we keep saying, membership has benefits. Take advantage of the Turtleson store, 40% off site-wide right now through March 31st. And Joe's like, announce it, let's go. The ink has not dried yet, Joe, so you're going to have to wait, my friends. So, but like I said, Steven asked in the chat, what are the Tournament of Champions dates again? 18th and 19th. Eric wants to know if the weekend event will be a 4-ball. You are correct, sir. You will maybe have a chance to defend your title. I don't know yet, but we will let you know when we decide we want to announce more tournaments. Bet for right now, 2023 Tournament Champions, Disney's Palm and Disney's Magnolia courses, the site of the Walt Disney World Invitational and the PGA Tour. It's going to be a great time. Do not want to miss that event. Local champions only. It's going to be awesome. So, anything you want to add, Phil, before we sign off tonight?
No. Well, we got to say hello back to Link. Looks like he's getting ready for bed. So
there we go.
Good night, Link.
Yeah. Good night, Link. It's good to talk to your dad today, and looking forward to True Blue in Caledonia. If you haven't signed up for that yet, get signed up to Mike's Trance courses. Fantastic deal down there. I mean, you can't even play those 2 golf courses Memorial Day weekend for what our tournament entry fee is. And, you know, we'll have a $8,000 prize pool, somewhere in that range. So definitely a great time to be at the beach. It doesn't get better to be at the beach than Memorial Day weekend. So book your trip down there. Omni Bedford Springs, end of April. Early May is going to be fantastic. Don't want to miss out on that. One of the most underrated courses on our schedule. So if you haven't trusted us yet with going to a national major at a golf course you don't know, this one would be a good one to do it. So anyways, take care. Enjoy the weekend. Play well. We've got a lot of tournaments going on across the country. Phil, good luck at your events this weekend. I know you're running 3 in the next week. Charlotte Senior, and Upstate. But until next Thursday, guys, play well. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Come by the golf show if you're in St. Louis.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.
You can play in any chapter that you want. So you get to meet people from anywhere